All right, so someone asked, how is dating in your 20s? I want it better for myself. Oh my gosh. Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Well, I guess I shouldn't have said good morning. Good morning / good afternoon. So I'm going to be doing my skincare while skincare, packing, doing some other things while answering a Q&A. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for those of you that participated. I might be doing a part 1 and part 2 because I'm going to be going in depth with the questions that some of you asked, which I'm very, very thankful for. So let's just go ahead and get started. First things first, we already know I start with Paula's Choice. If you didn't know, now you know. I love me some Paula's Choice. Of course, some of my friends asked me these questions, so they may be like super personal. I am gonna start with my toner and then I'm gonna go on with my life. So the first question, well, not the first question, but I guess just like in general, is how is therapy going? So for those of you that may not have known, I go to therapy, and I'm actually thinking about stopping therapy because I think I'm at this point in my life where I'm unwilling. I'm not ready to change, I guess you could say, and it's kind of almost a waste of money if you're unwilling to change in therapy, because that is honestly kind of the whole point. Like, you're there to like change, you're there to grow, and I think I've become very stagnant at this point in my life. Which, by the way, if you guys want me to make a video on therapy and everything, I definitely can. I started therapy at a very young age, honestly, and then I stopped, and now I'm back in therapy. But I work in an environment where I've recommended therapy for lots of people. And one website I do recommend if you've ever considered going to therapy is Psychology Today, especially if you're in America. This is not sponsored, I promise. It's just really helped a lot of people, especially like people of color, but not even just people of color, but just in general, if you're looking to find a therapist that fits your specific need, or you're trying to make sure that they can take your insurance or just anything like that. Yeah, I'm at a very stagnant point. On to the next question. What are you gonna do after you graduate? Okay, very good question. Very good question. Honestly, graduating is something that I've prayed about my whole life, literally. Like, as soon as I realized that God was going to allow me the funds and just the ability to be able to obtain a higher education, I have been thinking about graduating my whole life. And just, I've been thinking about just even the ability to be able to be good in my field. That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, it's a morning time, guys. But just, I really want to be good at like what I do. I've always wanted to be really great at what I do. But I think right now, like the season or years in life that I've been in a years long of season. That's not academically correct, but I've been in a long season that it's just like, I'm very unmotivated to do a lot of things. I mean, I'm a very motivated and ambitious and driven person, but I'm losing motivation, I guess you could say. I'm really losing motivation. I 100% have a sense of lack. I have lack of drive, if that makes sense. Like, there are still things that are driving me, but I'm just slowly losing motivation to want to do things, which really sucks. But I'm very passionate about things that I want to do. Like, I'm very passionate about having a career maintained or surrounding my career around kids. Like, that's something I'm 100% passionate about. Extremely passionate about kids. I'm super extremely passionate about like my beliefs within like the education system, America's education system in general. Like, yeah, I don't really believe in the public education system, but I probably will be working for a public school maybe. But basically, I want to go to grad school. I'm in a grad program right now, but I want to be in a different one, I believe. And so I'm taking a little bit of a different route. But I'm just praying on all of that because there's a lot of confusion, a lot of money and everything involved. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Next question is, let's see. So the next question is talking about, why did I become natural? Well, this is quite funny because I've recently found an actual, well, it's not funny, but it's just kind of ironic. I recently found a natural like hairstylist that was actually super gentle with my hair. Love her. Can't wait to go back. And she asked me the same question. And I'm gonna be honest, I had very, very horrible experiences in salons, like horrible experiences in salons. I mean, I'm talking, my mom would take me to people who literally, they were like, your hair is so thick, I need you to like get your hair permed every 2 weeks, which if you know anything about perms, that is not okay. I went to cosmetology school as to where I never learned how to do actual brown people's hair because unfortunately I wasn't in many brown environments, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. I have white people in my family and all of that, and I've never been, I was always like that kid that was like too white to be black and too black to be white. And honestly, I'm still kind of in the midst of that. I mean, as I've gotten older, I've been around more people that are like more accepting of me and like who I am as an individual, and me just not being like the typical black girl or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so I went to a cosmetology school. In cosmetology school, I mean, hair is hair, a cuticle is a cuticle, but you don't actually learn how to do black hair. It's not a thing. It's really not. It doesn't exist. At least not when I went to cosmetology school. But like I was really good at coloring hair. That's what I specialize in. Just like coloring hair, haircuts, things like that. I really, really enjoyed that. I didn't even answer. So sorry. I went natural because I was sick of the perms. Perms always made my hair really thin. That was really taking too much from me. I haven't been natural long actually. Like it hasn't been too long. I'll post the amount of years, but I don't even think it's been 4 years yet, honestly. But yeah, so on to the next question. All right, so someone asked, how is dating in your 20s? It sucks. Like, no, truly, it freaking sucks. I would say for myself, like going through a lot of like being like mentally unstable and all of those things, like it really, really sucks for myself. Because I've also become like an extreme introvert. Like I genuinely do not desire social interactions, which is like not okay, but I truly do not desire social interactions, which is something that I think that like most people do, question mark, like most people do. Dating in my 20s has been really hard, and I wouldn't say it's something that I've actually done, honestly. And I have like great guys that have talked to me, but it's not the same thing. It's just not the same thing, honestly. Like, it's really not. I feel like it's really hard, and it's gonna be even harder when I'm not on a college campus. But first off, I was supposed to have been graduated, right? I was supposed to graduate. I basically have taken almost 5 years to get a bachelor's degree, and like my time is my time / like God's timeline is God's timeline, and what he signs off on is what he signs off on, and I'm okay with that within my life, and like I am learning and growing to be content with that. But what I'm saying is that most people on my college campus, I'm at least like 2 years older than, and I don't like necessarily being with younger guys because of the fact that the maturity thing, all of that, it's a lot. It's very overwhelming, and it is honestly a lot. It really sucks, honestly. So with that being said, because I mean, I would date anybody of any race, but like most guys I've talked to have been like a person of color / have been athletes and stuff like that. So it's like, I feel like I go through the same range, and plus like, it's just hard, like not being 100% like mentally stable while also feeling like you're dealing with being an introvert and like not desiring social interactions, but then also knowing that like you're getting older and like what are you gonna do? Like what are you, like girl, do you have a plan? I think I knew it was bad when my dad told me that he wasn't gonna buy me a house and I needed to find me a husband, that I was like, all right, so maybe I need to start talking to guys. Like maybe that needs to be a thing. But at the same time, like dating needs to be about the individual person. Like it really needs to be about you and what you desire in a relationship. Like I know that you're still like, it really is a give or take though. Like you're taking from someone and they're taking from someone, or else you wouldn't be compatible in that way, you know? But I just think that dating in your 20s really sucks. And if you've already like found your person while you were like 18, 19 or whatever, or like you've already graduated college, because most people my age have already graduated college, so you've already found that person on the college campus or whatever from your hometown or whatever, like you're so lucky, because dating in your 20s out here is the trenches. Like it really, really sucks. And then so I desire to talk to older guys, so I'm out here like talking to older guys, and like, you know, they have like their own places now, and like then they feel like they have some type of like superiority over me because it's like I'm supposed to be graduating, but yet I'm still in school, but then they know I'm smart. It's a lot. So I would say right now it really, really sucks. And the problem might 100%, 75% be myself. But yeah. All right, so next question is, how is adulting? Honestly, I don't feel like I've been adulting too much. Like when I was 19, I had my own apartment with a roommate, which, by the way, I'm gonna share like a roommate story time. But I feel like I was adulting better then than I was now. Like, okay, now I feel like I'm trying to adult in a mental way. But as of right now, since I'm really doing full-time college, it's really, really hard to like adult in a way where I'm like saving up and like, I mean, I'm trying to make better financial decisions in building up my credit because that's how things work in America. Saving up money to like travel and then eventually like be abroad and things like that. Like, I'm trying to do that, but realistically, I need a salary job in order to be able to save the amount of money that I'm trying to obtain. So, but yeah, like I feel like I'm adulting more like on a mental level. Like I've definitely matured more. I definitely see things differently. I definitely don't, I haven't adulted as far as like the dating world. Like I don't think I 100% understand the dating world, nor do I desire to understand it in a way, which kind of sucks because I feel like when I'm like 33 years old, I'm gonna wish that I would have taken more time with it, but maybe not. Cause I am the type of person that like desires a family and all of that. But yeah, give me, this is one of my friends that asked me this, but give me tips on adulting because I need it. But you know what's crazy? I was talking to my professor. She's super, super sweet. She's like 76 years old and she gave me the best advice without meaning to give me best, but she was just like, I think that people think when you get to a certain level of age or like achievement or, you know, just successful rate that people really think you know well, not everything, but just like you know what to do all the time. Like you have like a higher level of understanding of like what to do. And while like experiences can, you know, level up you knowing what to do, she was like, everybody makes the best decision with what they have and like the knowledge that they've obtained like at that time. Like that's really how everybody feels. She's like, I still make decisions now. I literally have a whole PhD. I have this amount of experience with this. I've done this. I've been here. I've done this. I've done that. But she was like, there's still things in my life that I make decisions about. And she like travels like all the time and like, she, you know, she goes to like different jobs and she doesn't like to live in the same state for too long and she does all these things. And but she's like, there's still things in life that you don't automatically just know the answer to. And that to me was one of the best like adulting advices I've ever heard in my life, because I think that especially for our generation, we really think because of social media and everything else that you're supposed to have the answers to everything. Like every single thing is supposed to be just, yeah, I already know it. And of course, if you have faith and you like talk to God and all of that, things like that, then yes. But you know, sometimes even God doesn't, like God's not out here telling most people like, yeah, like just give it 5 more years, I'm gonna do this. Just give it 10 more years, I'm gonna do this. Like that's not realistically happening. Like, well, I'm not trying to deny anyone's experience, but like at least that's not realistically happening. So it's just everyone has to do with what they have, like, and the knowledge that they have and the experience that they've obtained at that point in their life. And so it's just like, I guess I'm being thrown in like everyone else with adulting, honestly. But right now, I really just, yeah, I just can't wait to become salaried, God willing, work, grad school, and just move out. I'm ready to move out. Like I really, really want to be in my own place so bad. So that was a lot for adulting question, because I don't think you asked for all that. But I'm gonna go ahead and answer the next question.